What's going on, everybody? This is Cody, the home theater hobbyist, and today I want to give you my full review of the HIFIMAN DEVA Pro, this pair of open back planar magnetic headphones. Now, over the past year or so, I've had the opportunity to review the Sunderas and the Arias, both from HIFIMAN, and I like them. And I want to give a special thanks to HIFIMAN because they have actually sent me these so I could do just a little comparison, even with the DEVA Pros, and that's really cool. But in this review, I'm going to focus on the DEVA Pros and just talk a little bit about the DEVA Pros and the Sunderas because they are in a pretty similar price class. The Arias are a bit out of the price class, but it's nice to have a comparison, right? So there's a few things that are similar with these headphones, including the fact that they are all wired. You can plug these into your favorite headphone amplifier and DAC and listen to your favorite music. But the DEVA Pros have something special that these just don't have, and that is this, the Bluemini Bluetooth receiver. So you can just plug this in to your pair of DEVA Pros, and all of a sudden, you can start listening to your favorite music wireless. You don't have to worry about any pesky wires. So that's really cool. So in this review, I'm going to be talking about the sound quality. I'm going to be talking about fit and finish, how they feel in my head, and like I said, give a little comparison with the Sunderas. So let's get to it. The DEVA Pro is an open-back planar magnetic headphone with an impedance of 18 ohms, a frequency response from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, and a sensitivity of 93.5 dB. It can be used both wired and wireless via the Bluemini Bluetooth module. The Bluemini is Bluetooth 5.0 compatible with support for LDAC, aptX HD, aptX, AAC, and SBC codecs. The DEVA Pro with the Bluemini module is $329 at the time of this recording. If this is your first time visiting the Home Theater Hobbyist channel, welcome. On this channel, you'll find things like product reviews, unboxings, and basically all things home theater and hi-fi related. Also some things that are home theater hi-fi adjacent. So if you enjoy that type of content, make sure you hit that subscription button and that notification bell so you'll be alerted anytime I upload new content. Also, don't forget to give us a like and share the videos because that does help us get found in the YouTube search algorithm. Thank you for your support. Now let's move on and talk about these headphones. Okay, I've already showed you the big party trick of the DEVA Pro, and that is the Bluemini Bluetooth receiver, but let's go ahead and talk about the fit, form, and function and features of the headset itself. First of all, on the left arm is the HIFIMAN logo, and on the right arm is a DEVA Pro logo. In between those two is the headband. It's wrapped in leather and there's some nice foam that's soft and cushy and nice and soft on the head, so it feels pretty good. In between these, there is a headphone cable that runs from the left ear cup to the right ear cup. And that means that when you plug in the Bluemini receiver, you want to plug it in on the left ear cup so you get sound between the two cups. If you plug it into the right, you're only going to get sound on the right cup. So make sure you plug it into the left-hand side. Now, the outside of this is black on the headband, but it's nice and silver on each one of the cups with a nice metal arm here. And the outer cup, or the outer casing for the cup, is plastic. Now, these arms do extend and retract so that you can fit it on your head properly. They don't rotate in and out, but they do tilt in and out a little bit so you can get a fit, and so that's about all that they do. But when you put these on, you just put them on like that. And as you can see, they're actually a little bit big on my head. I have a little bit of a smaller head and a little bit of a smaller ears. So they're a little bit big on me, but I do think they fit pretty well. And while I was wearing these, I didn't experience any headaches or anything like that from the clamping force. They feel like they're on nice and snug, but they're not too tight. Now, again, like I said, I have smaller ears, so I don't feel my ears inside the ear cups. And honestly, I think that I like the Sundera fit just a little bit better than the fit from the DEVA Pros, but this isn't bad. It's just a little bit larger on my head. The Bluemini Bluetooth receiver is a nice little Bluetooth receiver that connects to the DEVA Pro via this 3.5mm jack. Now, I did try it with both the Sundera and the Aria, and it doesn't fit. This is only for the DEVA Pro. But along the bottom, it's got a power button down here to turn it on and off and also pair it to whatever your source device is. There's a USB-C charging connection here, so you can charge it, obviously. There's a little LED light so you know the status, and a microphone hole because you can use this to take phone calls, which is really cool, and people can hear you. But you plug it in again on the left ear cup, push the power button, and it connects. Now, the power button does allow you to play and pause music, and it might even actually allow you to answer calls. I didn't actually try that, but it might actually allow you to do that. But you cannot skip forward or back or change the volume. You'll have to do that on your source device. And also make sure you turn this off when you're done with it so you don't drain the battery. But I did test the battery life, and it's somewhere around 7 hours. And I think the manufacturer's claim is 8 hours. So that's actually pretty good. Another thing I should mention about these headphones is the ear cups. They are user replaceable. There's a little diagram in the manual that shows you how to take these off if you wear them out or you just want some different pads. So that's a nice longevity play with the Deva Pros. Now let's talk sound quality. And I have to say, well, first of all, let me apologize. I'm not going to play an audio sample in this section as I would typically do because I don't have one of those little heads with the microphones in them, so you're not going to get the sound quality. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But the good news is the Deva Pros do have what I'll call the HIFIMAN sound. So there's detail, there's clarity, and it's almost an analytical sound without actually being analytical, right? Which is a good thing. And that's one of the good things about actually having the Arias and the Sanderas here is I can kind of hear that this is in the same family. These are open back headphones, so they do have a wider sound stage than a closed back headphone. So things are going to sound a bit wider, a bit more spacious. You're going to give it room to breathe, if you will. And these do image well, so things are placed where you want them to be placed. There's pretty good depth and clarity to the image. I also found that the sound was very similar whether it was wired or wireless. Now, obviously the Bluetooth connection is going to be a little bit lossy, a little bit compressed, right? So you're not going to get everything that you're going to get out of the wired connection, but for a wireless connection, it actually does sound good. And the DAC that HIFIMAN put in here, which I think is called the Himalayan DAC, it does work. So that's good. Okay, now let's move on and talk about live concerts, because there is a difference with the Deva Pros when you start talking about recorded music in a studio and live music. Now, one of the things I like about HIFIMAN is the performance of their headphones with live concerts. The Arias, when you're listening to a concert on the Arias, it is like you are there. It is palpable. It is immersive. Hotel California by the Eagles, there's a bunch of those that are live, and the audience kind of comes in and they're screaming and you feel like you're part of the audience. And then the band starts playing and you feel like you're part of the band. The musicians start singing and again, you feel like you are there. It's just a great experience with the Aria. Same way with the Sundara. It is a step down between from the Aria to the Sundara. It's not as palpable. It's not as immersive, right? But it is still really good. Now, unfortunately, the Deva Pros is another step down even from the Sundara when you're listening to live music. What I found was that the Sundara and the Aria are a bit more forward, so you get a bit more detail, whether it be the mid-range where the vocals are, or it's the high end, or even the bass. When you're listening to live concerts, I had a better experience with the Sundaras than I did with the Deva Pros. Now, the Deva Pros are still better than a closed back pair of headphones because you still get the nice wide sound stage and the images really well, but again, it's not quite as good with a live concert as the Sundaras. Moving on to value, the Deva Pro is $329, and for that you get basically everything that you see here. Whereas the Sundara is $349, regularly it's pretty much on sale, most of the time anyway. You get the headphones and you get the wire like you see here. So from a value standpoint, this is a little bit better because you can go wireless versus this, you're always tethered. So overall value is actually pretty decent with the Deva Pro. So overall, there is a lot to like about the Deva Pros. First of all, they're open back planar magnetic, so you get a nice wide sound stage, you get the HIFIMAN sound, so you get nice detail in the high end, mid-range, and even decent bass, and it works really, really well with recorded music, and you can do it both wired and wireless with the module, which is really, really cool. The only real drawback, in my opinion, is the fact that it doesn't sound as good live as like the Sundaras. So my recommendation is if you want something that's fast wireless and plays really good, to go for the Deva Pros. But if you don't mind having a wire and you listen to a lot of live concerts, I'd go for the Sundares because they do sound better live. But if you want to purchase these or anything else, use those links in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We'll talk to you next time.